Peace, what's up? It is Phil James coming back to you. As you can see here, it is Tuesday, June 5th, and YouTube has a little notification up here. It says uploading one video. That's what I'm doing right now, uploading the first in multiple, because we have multiple things to talk about. People, as you can see here at the top, after a $66 billion merger, one of the most hated food companies in the world is disappearing. Sort of. Now, I've made a comment about this in the past. It wasn't for sure or set up to be official until now. And that's what this article here is covering. Now, I want to say, the people that don't like us, that don't like what we talk about, will rip on us if we still use the name Monsanto. They are now Bayer, okay? They are no longer Monsanto, they are Bayer. So this shirt that I love so much is technically no longer relevant because it's no longer Monsanto. It's now Bayer, which is cool though. I can just change the bottom to Bayer. You know, like the aspirin company, yeah, that German company. So, German drug and chemical company Bayer is finalizing a $66 billion blockbuster deal to gobble up agrochem giant Monsanto on Thursday. On Monday, in a statement, Bayer said it planned to drop Monsanto's 117-year-old title and would henceforth be known only as Bayer. Now, there's probably numerous reasons they would do that. Monsanto, like it just said, it is the #1 most hated company in the world, by the way. Do you guys know that? There have been, at least, to my knowledge, 4 worldwide protests against Monsanto. Worldwide. When is the last time you remember a worldwide protest that's happened 4 separate times? I mean, come on. I don't remember any other time that's ever happened. And it's happened 4 times against Monsanto alone. It's called March, it used to be called March Against Monsanto, but after this it might be called something different. I don't know. I used to have a group on Facebook for being against Monsanto. I hate Monsanto. But we're going to have to say Bayer now. So anyways, that's cool though, because Bayer is just as bad. Bayer, has dropped, allegedly dropped HIV, aspirin containing HIV in Africa. Allegedly done multiple things like that. Bill Gates has done the same alleged things, you know what I mean? Or allegedly done the same things. So, who knows? But I can tell you from the things we do know for certain that Monsanto and Bayer have done, I don't like either. So, Bayer will remain the company name. Monsanto will no longer be a company name. The company said the acquired products will retain their brand names and become part of the Bayer portfolio. Now, if you guys don't know much about Bayer, go to the Bayer website right now and look up the subsidiaries of Bayer. They literally have multiple companies for every letter of the alphabet, A through Z, multiple companies under each. They're all subsidiaries and little partners, and you know what I mean? All of it. So yeah, Bayer is massive. They're much worse probably than Monsanto ever was. But now they're going to be 2 in 1, so it's much, much worse. So an even bigger conflict of interest, because God only knows how many people from the German government work in Bayer. Look at Monsanto. Look at how many people in the White House also work in Monsanto, right? Hillary Clinton for one. You know what I mean? Look at the way that is. Look at the conflict of interest. So I wonder how many people in Germany are politicians and work at Bayer. You know what I mean? This is the biggest conflict of interest that can ever possibly happen. Monsanto, Bayer together, 2 governments together, in the business. Plus you have the Environmental Protection Agency that also works and is best friends with Monsanto. You have the FDA, Same thing. They all trade workers. They all work in the White House. They all work for EPA, FDA. You know, they all just trade. They're all friends. Like, that's the way it is. So it makes you wonder how Bayer is too. So anyways, let's carry on. The name drop appears to be part of a strategic move geared at distancing the new behemoth from the negative publicity surrounding Monsanto and GMOs. You don't say. Because I'm pretty sure Monsanto in your name or around your name is a bad thing. First announced in September of 2016 as part of a strategic move to boost agrochem research and innovation. Yes, I'm saying agrochem on purpose. Innovation. The merger will be the largest acquisition in Bayer's company history and will double the size of the Bayer's current farm business. I'd say possibly even triple it, honestly, because this dude, Monsanto is massive. You guys have to remember, Monsanto has Terminator seeds. Monsanto has, you know, the herbicide producing GMO cottonseed. They have the pesticide producing corn, you know, that produces B2 toxin. Is that what it's called? B2 toxin? I do think. Yeah, it's B2. It's B2 toxin. That's the chemical that as the corn grows, it produces its own insecticide. And that insecticide, when insects eat it, it ruptures the stomachs of the insects. Monsanto always said that it would never reach your dinner table. But the problem is, it was already, you know, within the first year it was out, it was already being found in the breast milk of mothers who are, you know, breastfeeding. So, you know, it was a major issue. It was a major issue. And it still is. And I mean, it ruptures the stomach of insects. You know what I mean? Imagine what it does to humans in the long run. So, alright, distancing itself from Monsanto label. For decades, the company has been met with public outrage and disgust linked to its history of controversial dealings with farmers and standout roles in popularizing genetically modified organisms or GMOs. This spring, Monsanto landed a spot on a well-known list of the top 20 most hated companies in America. Try the world, because they are like the number one hated company in the world. I know I just said it, but they really are. Everybody hates them, okay? They're the ones that produce all the horrible shit. So get this. Let me go ahead and give you a few examples right quick. One, saccharin, artificial sweetener. You know what I mean? That's what saccharin is. It's known to cause cancer and all kinds of issues. It used to be in like Equal or Sweet and Low. It's still in some stuff today. Aspartame, that's another one. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's in a lot of diet soda, pop, you know, whatever you want to call it. I think only Ohioans say pop, so I'll say soda right now so everybody in America knows what I mean. But yeah, that's another one. That's in all the diet shit. So then you have stuff like DDT. DDT was a farm chemical, a type of herbicide, and it started hurting bald eagles. It almost wiped out our national bird by using that. Okay, it made the eagles' eggs really soft, so when the eagles would sit on the eggs, it would crush their eggs. That was called DDT, and it almost killed them off. I was a child, and I remember that. I remember bald eagles being like damn near extinct. So then there's stuff called PCBs, which PCBs are in those black boxes when you have those fluorescent lights, like up in the ceiling, those black boxes. It's a radioactive type of like coating or something, and it's called a PCB, and that was invented by Monsanto also. Then you have Agent Orange, of course, and that's not the only one. There's multiple. The main ingredient in Agent Orange, and why Agent Orange was so bad, it had dioxin in it. Then you have Roundup, glyphosate, which is the main chemical in Roundup. Then you have something called styrofoam or polystyrene, and you know, that's styrofoam. That's one of the most like the absolute worst chemical or materials ever made. You know what I mean? It's not recyclable. It's terrible to make it, and it's just horrible for the environment. So they made that also. And just so you guys know, Agent Orange was not the only one. There is multiple agents that was like that, and Roundup's just the newest form, essentially. And so then, take it a step further, we look at what they have still to this day. So you look at Monsanto. There's been a lot of talk. It's an alleged assumption, you know what I mean? I can't say there's an actual patent because it's something similar, but it's not exact. I mean, I've heard multiple things about it, and I think it's just an assumption. I'm not quite sure yet, but I believe that they do have it, and that is the aluminum-resistant seeds. Now, it was something similar. They were producing Terminator seeds, and that's, the crops that grow, and then you can't use the seeds from that crop. So that means farmers have to buy new seeds every year because Monsanto has a patent on a seed called a Terminator seed. So it terminates itself. So you cannot reuse it. They did that. That's a fact, right? And you have to buy new seeds every year from Monsanto unless you're an organic farmer. That's a fact, And then there's been 2 bills, Monsanto Dark Act and the Monsanto Protection Act, to protect Monsanto. So is that still going to protect Bayer? I mean, who knows, right? This is going to be a longer video. I got my shit on. I know my shit about Monsanto. So, I'm trying to critically think here about where do we go from here. Are these bills still going to be relevant to Bayer since their name has changed? I mean, is that still relevant for them? I'm sure it is. The Dark Act, they don't have to label any GMOs or anything. It's unbelievable. So I can give you guys a little hint. Monsanto is being taken off that top 500 list of companies. Guess who's being added? Twitter. Just so you guys know, in case you didn't. So Twitter's going to be on there. But yeah, the decision to drop Monsanto moniker then is no huge surprise. On a call with reporters on Monday, Liam Condon, Bayer's head of Crop Science Division, said that Monsanto had actually itself considered changing its name at one time, but elected not to do that, apparently for cost reasons. Still, Condon continued, it was an issue for some time for Monsanto management to try and improve the Monsanto brand. Well, if you wasn't such a conflicting company, with the United States government, you didn't sleep with the EPA, the FDA, and the United States government, and then do all kinds of dirty shit to the U.S. citizen or the U.S. person. Not many people would hate them, but they do horrible things and then fuck over farmers and then kill bees. So, you know what I mean? It's unbelievable. But yeah, so I'm not going to read this whole article. There's only a few more paragraphs left, but this video is people don't watch videos if they're longer. My average watch time is like 4 minutes, so people don't watch shit if it's long. So I'm sorry. There will be a link in the description. Come check this out if you want. Here, I'll add this to it real quick. Maybe. Yeah. Twitter will join the S&P 500 index, replacing Monsanto. Just to throw it out there. I figured I would. Twitter is joining the S&P 500, a benchmark index of the U.S. stock market, marking another milestone for the social media company. The San Francisco-based company will replace Monsanto Company in the index. Monsanto, an agrochem products company, is leaving the S&P 500 because it is being acquired by Germany's Bayer AG. S&P Dow Jones indicates says. Oh wait, hold on. Will change become effective prior to the opening trading on Thursday. And then Netflix will replace Monsanto on the S&P 100, a subset of the S&P 500 for some of the largest companies. Alright, y'all. Just wanted to make that known. Throw it out there for you guys. Link will be in the description. Phil James, I'm out. Peace.